Do you believe the Patriots were ever in, Rich? Like, really, actually in? And I use this Jordan Schultz tweet that I read before the break as a jumping-off point. He says, ultimately, Ayuk could have got more money, would have gotten more money from the Patriots and Browns, but he wanted to remain a 49er. Do you believe the Patriots were offering more money?
I don't.
Me neither.
I don't. They've come up short on everybody else that they were interested in or quote-unquote interested in. Also, because it's football, you have to ask the question, you mean guaranteed money? Do you mean like what the big number is at the front?
That's the wiggle room. That's it.
That's what's tricky about it. And so,
because the report is $120 million, 76 guaranteed. They were going to offer 76 guaranteed?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
So that's
or would they are they playing games now where they're like, we would have offered
124?
No, or like something, maybe they only were offering a 3-year deal, but they were offering more in guarantees. Or they were offering a 4-year deal with more AAV, but less in guarantee. Like they're playing some kind of shell game.
Plus, as everybody has said, the team is so bad that you have to blow that water or blow that number out of the water. You can't say, so say they were like, say they also said 76 or 77 even. Yeah. And you're like, do I want $1 extra million to play in, as Bill Belichick calls it, Taxachusetts, or do I want to just take my $76 million? Although taxes are crazy out there too, right? But
they're crazier in California.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But you get my point. Like
but
you need to break the tie. Like I'm going to stay here with a Super Bowl winning team, or I'm going to go to the worst team in the league.
No one cares about the taxes. They care about their take home. Yeah. I don't care what I pay in taxes if my take home is higher. This is the fraudulent argument with Taxachusetts, Bill. And there is a millionaire's tax here. I'm not saying it's not important. Yeah. But you can offer more. You can offer more to still make the take home higher. And so that's how you do it. Yeah. That's how you do it. And they could have done that with Ridley. They didn't do that. And in the case of Ayuk, it's the other way around. You are in an advantageous situation from a tax perspective versus California. Mm-hmm. So I just hate that game. I don't care what I pay in taxes. I care about my take home. Yeah, right. That's what I care about. Yeah. If my take home's higher, great. I don't care what I paid out in taxes.
No, it seems like they were I'll give them credit maybe for, I don't know how much credit, but for being in it, like their name was involved, like just like with Calvin Ridley, like apparently like Calvin Ridley got down to the thing, but they're not willing to go a little extra. They're not willing to realize they're no longer a Super Bowl contender. The player is not coming to play with Tom Brady and for Bill Belichick. Right. It is a completely different world now for the Patriots. You got to convince somebody to come live in Attleboro. All due respect to Attleboro, that's a lot different than San Francisco or New York or some of these other places. And they may have called, but I don't think they were a real serious threat to get them.
Me neither.
And so that part's unfortunate. And I think they, in a way, got used a little bit because that's a team that's desperate. They clearly need a receiver. They have all the cap space in the world, as Matt Judon pointed out, and others. So if you're Brandon Ayuk and his agent, and the Niners are like, all right, you can't find a deal here, why don't you go find one somewhere else and then come back to us? And then, so who are you going to call? Call the Pats. Be like, you interested in this? And then they just want to get guys at their number where, free agency, I know this isn't free agent, this is a little bit different, but it's a similar idea. You're going to have to pay a ton.
Yeah.
And they're not willing to do it. Like, they're just hoping that, like, all right, we'll throw out a number and, like, fingers crossed they settle on this. You're not going to get a lot of guys that way.
Do you see this other report? I know you're not a fan of her reporting, so perhaps you don't care about this. Diana Rossini?
No, I actually care quite a bit. I would just go opposite, whatever it is.
Okay, we're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
She said the 49ers were willing to trade Ayuk if they could get a top-flight wide receiver to replace him. And the rumors here were that Kendrick Bourne was going to be in return.
He's the top-flight receiver?
I guess.
Okay.
They offered a third-round pick to Denver for Cortland Sutton. And then they would have dealt Ayuk to the Steelers, but the Broncos said no.
Okay. So probably none of that is true.
Okay.
If that's what Rossini said. Is Sutton worth just a third-round pick, or do you get a little bit more? Is that shooting low there, I wonder? Sutton's good, but I guess
if the Patriots gave up a second for Sutton, I would say too much. So third's probably right.
All right.
You got an extra third for Judon, ship that out for Sutton, great.
Yeah. So they were going to replace Ayuk with Sutton, and then they would have traded him. But they don't say what they would have traded him for, right?
They would have traded him to Ayuk.
To the Steelers, but for what?
Yeah, good question. Don't know. No, at least in her reporting, I don't know.
Well, because I wouldn't trade the first-round pick by the Patriots for Brandon Ayuk.
Right, but a pick in the 20s I would trade for him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you're like the Chiefs and you feel confident about your team's record this year, you're like, flip it.
No, you're the old Patriots with Tom Brady. Yeah. I trade a first-rounder for Ayuk in a heartbeat.
No. The Patriots traded a second-round pick for Mohamed Sanu.
Correct.
So let's just all relax a
pick
bit.
A pick that could be the number one overall pick. I'm not trading that for Ayuk. And I don't think the Patriots were even in the first place. I'll get to Tatum here in a moment. Our good buddy JP in North Providence waiting patiently. What's up, JP?
Hey, maybe he could have stayed with Scott and Rentham like Antonio Brown did with Brady, He's got that big house there. Why not?
That's possible.
True, yeah. Yep.
So Jones and Keefe, I tried calling Monday. Great to have you guys back. I think your regime's already doing better than Mayo's. Jones, 2 quick questions and then a thought on the Patriots line.
Yes.
One, now that you're working mornings, is the missus making muffins to bring in to the station? You need some breakfast food. And
Okay.
Keefe,
Yes.
one for you. Would you rather be a quarterback behind that offensive line
Or
toss an anaconda in
The first thing.
Then I'll finish.
Anything snake related.
Finish,
keep it
JP.
first
Go
thing.
ahead and finish. Yeah, Anaconda where?
Oh, right. No, there. That's Keith's thing, but I think it's more dangerous than that offensive line.
Okay.
Guys, we're going to tank this year and go get a left tackle.
Okay, we're gonna tank and get a
Left
left
tackle. Got it.
says JP.
So what was this about the muffins?
Oh, so during
wife makes muffins?
COVID, my wife got very into baking.
Interesting. Muffins?
Was not much of a baker prior nor since.
Got it. A failed attempt.
I think it was actually a cupcake. He said muffins, but she made cupcakes.
All right.
And
They were garbage.
No, they were quite delicious. The problem was this is true, a piece of glass in the cupcake.
Wow. Trying to kill you.
JP thinks she was sick of me in COVID and attempted to kill me.
Don't go to Jones's house on Halloween.
Which I really shouldn't rule out.
Razor blade.
No, I go and take a bite. I go, what the hell's in this cupcake? Piece of glass.
Glass. She's like, that's the third ingredient. Of course there's glass in there. These are my famous glass cupcakes.
Flour, eggs, glass.
It's a very special cupcake just for yours truly.
Aggressive.
So, yeah, if I say I brought in anything that my wife baked, I would...
Not going to eat it.
Well, let me test it out first.
All right.
It's probably intended for me.
That's
let me test that out first.
I got it.
Then, you're going to want to see me eat that.
All right,
That's
very good.
And so you would rather be
Behind this offensive line. I'd take my chances
than an
behind
anaconda.
this offensive line than any kind of anaconda interaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did give him a lot of leeway there. I trust JP, but I did give him a lot of leeway when I circled back and said, you'd stick the anaconda where?
True.
And I said, right as I asked, I feel like that was a dangerous question.
Pythons, rattlesnakes, cobras, black mambas.
Where does your snake fear end? Like a garter snake?
Yep. Terrified.
Terrified.
Yeah. Anything without legs. Because you know what's funny is you slap a couple legs on it, it's just like a long lizard. I'm not scared of a long lizard.
Doesn't bother you.
No, long lizard, no.
Huh.
Nope.
Garter snake. Worm.
Worm. Well, I'm not like scared of a worm,
But
but
it's
I'm
not
like super interested in it.
Legless.
It's true. But it's got like 9 hearts.
That can't be true.
8 hearts?
They have that many worms have that many hearts?
6?
Is it worms? That doesn't
4?
sound right. Is it worm? Are worm like deer?
2? Somebody get on this.
What's the plural worm? It's got to be
Verm. You got a V.
a group of
At
worms.
the front.
It's not worms.
No, worm is verm.
Well, I got worms was Dumb and Dumber.
That's what we're going to call it.
Yeah,
I got
Per
worms.
Google AI automated response, worms have 5 hearts.
Bang! Off.
5.
Close.
Wow, you were all around.
Never got it.
Literally
Never-
all around it.
never
9,
actually got it
8,
right.
6, 4, 2. Actual answer 5.
No, it is a crippling fear of snakes. It's well documented on any show I've ever been on, which have been many.
I just wasn't sure. I know you say it's snakes, but it's legitimately all snakes. Even like a garter snake. I like a cobra and an anaconda. I get. I don't get it. So rattlesnake. I get. Some of these other ones. I
Oh,
don't
a
get so much.
rattlesnake.
Yeah.
At least you can hear them coming.
Yeah.
You know.
They'll let you know.
Oh yeah.
They're probably more afraid of you than you are of them.
Doubtful. Those things are like I'm the most afraid I could be. No, so the 508 said, "Hey, Keefe, a bunch of Pats players live in North Attleboro.
Oh
you
yeah,
snob."
yeah. You kicked a hornet's
I'm
nest with
not
Attleboro
putting
there.
down any of these great towns
I
in
knew it.
Massachusetts.
I went.
I'm
Oh,
just-
he went there. He went right in Attleboro. I was like, he's in trouble.
All I'm saying is if you're a young kid growing up in the state of Florida, Texas, or California, and your dream is to play in the NFL, I don't imagine it is also to live in Attleboro.
No, I would say no.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I thought there were 6 hearts in a worm, not 5. So I'm man enough to admit I've been wrong, but I don't think people are lining up to live here.
No, I don't think that's.
How about the second Tom Brady left? He was
Right.
like, "That place is the pits."
Right, all due respect, I'd love to live in North Attleboro, but
Sure.
maybe a professional athlete looks at it a little
take a
different.
nice house, yeah.
Although in your face, a bunch of players live there, Keefe. So suck on
Yeah,
that.
they have to. That's
Yeah.
the point. It's close to the stadium.
Yeah. It's better than
Where else are they gonna go?
Well, you Rentham, we just heard about.
Anthem,
Attleboro,
North Attleboro,
Smithfield.
Sure.
If you want to go over
Sharon's
the
out
line,
there, right?
Yeah, you want to get out of Taxachusetts, go over the line. Sure,
You probably go
Sharon.
Canton. Canton's not far.
Canton.
You go Trillium.
Yeah,
Nice spot.
Yeah.
That's a beer place. That's not a town. It's in Canton.
you would go there.
You go to all of Rhode Island, probably. That's close enough.
Yeah, it's hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
The whole state, hop, skip, and a jump. And
I
you're not
appreciate
not in
that.
Taxachusetts. I don't know their taxes, but yeah.
I meant no disrespect.
Well,
yeah.
They're fighting words. And as somebody who likes to hold a grudge, I think you can now understand why all of Attleboro is going to hold a grudge with you.
So then somebody says, Rich, are you scared of legless lizards? And now I don't know if that's like an Urban Dictionary thing that I'm not aware of.
Do not bing it.
Aren't legless lizards just snakes?
Oh, I don't know.
Like, what the hell? Isn't that like a key distinction in a snake?
I'm not going to do that live in the middle. I'll Google that in a break.
They're sans legs?
Bing that in a break.
Yeah.
So you can jump in.
It looks like a snake.
It's a real thing?
The Google of a legless lizard, and it just looks like a snake.
Of course it does.
Oh,
no, he put it on the Twitch chat. I just saw it.
Wow, that's a legless lizard? That thing?
Holy smokes.
If you're watching on twitch.tv/BostonWEI, you should jump in line because we're going to be eating the
don't be a psychopath. No,
the deep fried ranch.
People aren't going to watch
That's a legless lizard?
I don't want to watch
that.
That
doesn't look dangerous. You think that thing looks dangerous?
I'm not going to look at it because I'm sure it just looks like a snake.
Well, you already saw it. You already got a quick peep at it.
It was too much. You know what, Terp?
We don't need to see the snake.
Thank you.
Stand by that.
Why do I have that ready?